Hello, my fellow human beings, and welcome to episode 63 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic is lasagna turned takeaway or Lasaco. Before we get started, I want to thank you all for watching. Please continue to watch, comment, share, like, subscribe, ring that bell, and please pass it on to anyone you think that they could help. With that being said, we have a lot of positive words from 2 weeks because I did not film last week. So we are going to start with Friday, February 18th, and it was relax, set, set or, I'm starting already, I got a tickle in my throat. Okay, set or being at rest or at ease, easy of manner, unwind. Saturday, self-confidence, a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities, and judgment, control in one's life. Sunday, energy. Sunday the 20th is energy, the strength and vitality required for physical or mental activity, life. Monday, the 21st was badass, a strong, confident, and bold being who knows their own mind, risk taker. Tuesday, the 22nd, is effective, successful in producing a desired or intended result, power to produce an effect. Wednesday the 23rd was boundaries, the physical, emotional, and mental limits we establish to protect ourselves from being manipulated, used, or violated by others. Thursday is enrich, improve or enhance the quality or value of, increasing one's intellectual or spiritual resources. I gotta take a quick drink. The 25th is immerse, involve oneself deeply in a particular activity or interest, completely involved. The 26th of February is self-discipline, the ability to control one's feelings, to pursue what one thinks is right, despite temptations to abandon. The 27th was entrepreneurial, thinking of new ideas for how you would improve current practices, ability to work autonomously and decisively. Then we have February the 28th was reflection, a thought or an opinion resulting from such thinking or consideration, contemplation. Convivial is the first, something or someone that is festive and good company, life of the party. Wednesday was solace, comfort and consolation in time of distress or sadness, emotional bonding. And today is cultivate, to improve or foster the mind, body, and spirit as by study, education, or labor. Give special attention. And then after we get started on the recipe and stuff, I'm going to go through, I've actually started for the month of March a little bit of a challenge. I'm kind of challenging you to think about things. So I said I was going to wait, but I might as well do it while I'm still staring at them because I know if I push them off, I'm going to forget. So the first of the month was, what good habit do you want to develop? For the second, it was, what one word do you live by? And today it is coming up with a positive, unforgettable moment from your childhood. So, there you go. We're all done with those. I can move that out of the way, and it'll be out of the way for our project here, if that's what we want to call it. So we're doing dinner done differently. We've done these in the past. I'm taking a taco and I'm turning it into a lasagna. And Jordan came up with the lovely name of Lasaco, so I had to go with it. And then I'm going to kind of tell you what my walk and talk is. Like, how I go through and go about walking out certain things, or figuring out certain things while you're walking, I guess is the better way to look at it. Okay. And then don't forget about our Year 2 challenges up there. I keep doing that. I don't know why. I can't figure out how to point. Positivity planner, which we just went over. Movement, which is kind of my theme for this whole year. And then alone time, which kind of, I hate to say it, but they go together. I know you're mad at me for that. So that's kind of what the walk and talk is about. All right, now I'm going to show you. I wrote this board out before Jordan came up with the lovely name of Lasaco. So I'm calling this Mexican taco lasagna. And the recipe is as follows. Now remember, every time I make a recipe, I'm making it right here with you for the very first time. No lie. And I've actually developed, like, taking one recipe and then combining it with something else. So, you know I have to change things up, but is 1 teaspoon of olive oil, 1 onion chopped, 1 cup of picante sauce, 6, I can't even read it, 6 low-carb tortillas, halved, 1 can, 4 ounces of diced green chilies, drained, 3 cups of shredded cheese Mexican blend, and then 2 pounds of lean ground beef, 1 tablespoon of taco seasoning, 2 cans of tomatoes with green chilies, 2 cups of cottage cheese, and 2 eggs. Alright, so where we're starting from is this. I've heated the oil and cooked the meat and actually done the first couple steps. And then cooked the diced onions with the meat and the salsa so far, okay? And the reason I did that was because I had chicken and I needed to cook it, and I figured I might as well get that out of the way. So, you know these asterisks mean I've changed the recipe. So for the olive oil, I used butter. For the picante sauce, I just used salsa. For the low carb, I'm just using regular flour tortillas. For the lean ground beef, I changed it to chicken. The tablespoon of taco seasoning I didn't need because the chicken that I bought with this was a Southwest style pre-seasoned like chicken breasts. And then it says 2 cans, I did that. And then the 2 cups of cottage cheese, you know what I changed it to? Greek yogurt. We're still doing the 2 eggs, and we're still doing the cheeses. And then the only other difference is that I'm making it in the crock pot. This recipe here didn't call for a crock pot recipe, and I'm mad because I kind of didn't write down. I usually write down the opposite of, you know, what they actually said to do. So, you know, bake 350, blah, blah, blah. But I'm assuming, you know, if you think of it like the lasagna, it was probably going to take at least 45 minutes in the oven, at 400 maybe. Okay, so that is my meat over there, my chicken. Actually, I'll bring it over here so you can see it. And it's coated in the salsa, and it's got the onions in it. And I actually think I'm going to make my chicken pieces much smaller in a minute. I'm going to hopefully be able to break them apart. I was going to do that before I went on, and now I'm kind of mad that I didn't. So, here's what I'm going to try and do real quick, live, is cut them up and talk to you at the same time. So, yeah, this recipe here was called for to be cooked in the oven. And, so therefore, you know, I kind of do it differently. I had the Southwest chicken. I got it from Aldi. I really do love a lot of their food. This was a specialty thing. It was in the meat. You know, it's raw chicken. It was raw chicken with the Southwest seasoning on it. Smells amazing. It's super duper tender, which I'm happy about. So I know I didn't cook it too long. Thank goodness. I'm just trying to get this ready so I can throw it back in the pan. So while I'm standing here, I guess I'll talk to you a little bit about what's been going on the last couple weeks since I didn't film. My daughter came home from school for a week. Woohoo! Oh, we have the best time. We just saw the Spider-Man movie. Hello. How about making me cry to like the depths of my soul? I don't know why a superhero movie can do that, but hello, it can. I'm telling you what. If animated movies can make me cry, why not superhero movies? Anyway, I digress. We like to watch movies together. We've been going for walks together. I'm posting about my walks on both Instagram and Facebook. I'm still putting positive word every day on my story. I hopefully have it up there by 9:30. Fingers crossed. Doesn't always work out that way, but you know, I have an alarm set and it's all ready to go. I hoping this would go a lot faster. I didn't want to spend so much time on the camera. Let's see if I can get these in here. Yeah, these are a little bit smaller, so I just had a couple in cut up. Okay. I do want to keep it in a little bit bigger chunk. I don't want it to just be like normal tacos. You know? All right. So that wasn't too bad. Oops, sorry about that. Too bad. All right, let's get that going. And now to this meat mixture. And remember, it's the onions and the taco seasoning for you guys if you don't have the pre-seasoned like taco meat from the store. You can buy that too. You know, use your own taco seasoning if you have your own taco seasoning, okay? So this has got the 1 cup of picante sauce on it, which I use salsa for. Okay, my dog's here hoping I'm gonna drop something. Aren't you, Bubba? Yeah, I know. I'm pretty good at dropping stuff too, so. All right, so now to that, because we didn't need to add the taco seasoning or the salsa, we're gonna do our tomatoes. I don't know, did they say to drain these? They didn't. I guess this liquid would probably cook off, right? You guys should take a little bit out. I don't know, do you ever drain tomatoes? I don't ever remember draining tomatoes. Alright. Alright, so that goes in there, and that's got the green chilies in it, remember? 2 cans of that. And these were 10-ounce cans. Seems like these cans keep getting smaller and smaller. Because normally they're, I don't know, 12 to 14. That's plenty though. That's plenty. Okay, and then to that, we have to simmer it until the liquid evaporates. So I was leave it on there. See, I told you I'm doing it with you for the very first time. So if I mess up, I think I'll add a little bit of chicken stock because I feel like I could, dude, seriously? I could, you know, infuse a little more flavor. That's what I was getting at. But the seasoning itself that they packed onto this chicken was pretty thick, so it wasn't like I was worried about it not being seasoned enough. I definitely wouldn't have added taco seasoning because that, to me, is way too salty. But I want to have a little bit of liquid to cook off, so I'm going to add just, I don't know, a couple, 2, 3 splashes. Because that's really all I took out from the tomatoes. Maybe not even that much, but. Alright, so I don't think, yes, I do have it high enough. Okay, so we're going to let this little pan of goodies kind of just get all yummy. And like start to absorb. And then while we're doing that, we're going to mix together our version of the lasagna part. You know, like normally it would be the ricotta cheese. Well, this is Greek yogurt. 2 cups Greek yogurt. And I'm doing equal parts. When I replace something, unless I tell you otherwise, it's the same exact amount as originally listed for the original product, unless otherwise specified. Okay, and I might even, or have, if you don't care for just the Greek yogurt flavor, adding maybe a couple tablespoons of sour cream just to, you know, kind of disguise it as something else. Or even, like, they wanted me to drain these, but there's really not a lot to drain. Okay, so the 1 can of drained chilies, the 2 eggs, and the 1 cup of cheese is going to go in with this, okay? So there's the green chilies. Yeah, I don't really know why they have you drink. As I flick everything everywhere. Have you drain those? Because there's really no liquid on the green chilies. Okay, so we mix that together. Get that all incorporated first. Evenly distributed. Okay, dude. I really don't have anything for you. have two different kinds of cheeses, and I'll explain that in a second. Okay, so I'm adding the eggs. Hopefully. No. Dose. Oh, come on, don't drop in there. You see, I still haven't learned my lesson about cracking eggs over a bowl. Not the one you're making, Stephanie, mind you. Okay, how are we doing here? We're a simmer, and that's good. Okay. So we'll get these eggs incorporated. Top. I like to stab them a little bit. Okay, so that's kind of going to act like our binder along with the cheese. I say you can treat Greek yogurt like cottage cheese, ricotta cheese, cream cheese, sour cream, yeah, and then of course Greek yogurt. All right, so we got that mixed together. All right, let me get this garbage out of here. And then we're gonna add. Okay, so I have a Mexican style cheddar jack, and then I also found this little gem today when I went to the store. It's quesadilla, and it's Mexican style melting cheese. So I think I'm gonna do a combo in the little middle parts, and then I think I'll do this if it calls for it on the top. Layer half meat, half cottage cheese, and then a cup of cheese, and then repeat. Okay. So yeah, I think that'll be my cup of cheese, a combo of the two. All right, so I have that mixed together, and we're simmering nicely over here. Beautifully, I might add. It's gonna have such good flavor. And the nice thing about this slow cooker meal, even if it's a slow cooker meal, it takes 2.5 hours on high. So if you're going to be gone all day, go ahead and put it on low. And then if you're going to be gone all day, you might not want to cook the chicken. I don't know. You might have to think about that one if you're going to use chicken. Maybe use ground chicken as opposed to chicken breasts, because I think chicken breasts will get a little dried out. All right. So I'm not one to measure cheese typically, so sadly enough, I'm just going to do like a handful of this one. And hopefully it won't fall over while I get a handful of this guy. They should give you a time frame on how long it takes for the liquid to actually evaporate. This kind of reminds me of Monterey a little bit. So, and it's a little, I like the longer strands. Okay, so let's see if this is thick enough. That's my worry, is that we might need a little something for stability other than the eggs and the cheese. So let's see what happens. It smells good. I just got my hair in it though. All right. There's not much seasoning to this part, which kind of disturbs me a little bit. I feel like there should be something else in here. Add a little more cheese. Maybe that's where I add my refried beans. Because I want to add refried beans. A little bit. Like a layer. So I'm wondering if I put them in here, would that give me the stability I need? Although it is thickening up pretty nicely. I think if I did the layer of beans and then the layer of this. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Alright, come on, liquid. You're doing nicely. I'm saying, sometimes you just gotta talk to this stuff, make it work. Okay, so, do you think I want to, alright, let me think about this. What do I want to do? Definitely want to get him out of the can. I should have done that prior to the conversation here. Alright guys, so, leave me your opinions about some of the stuff. Like, beans, no beans. Black beans would have been good. Wish I would have thought about that before. These are going to thicken it up a little better, I think. Fingers crossed. Okay, and then I need a knife to cut my, oh, I got quite the mess going today. I'm so discombobulated. Normally I have that all cleaned out, ready to go. Okay. I still don't have my spoon. Yeah, so that's where I am. Okay, there we go. Oh, don't you love that sound? I think I need to heat them up just so they're pliable, because right now they're just shaped like a can of beans. Yum. Okay. Yeah. I want them a little more soft. We'll do, I don't know, 40 seconds. Okay. Now I'm taking my knife, moving this guy out of the way. And I bought these big ones because that's what the store had where I'm at. Yeah, I went for a walk already. Oh, by the way, I have. Oh no, my watch died. Peyton, tell me how many steps I have. My watch died. Fit. Okay, so I'm going to cut these in half while I'm waiting for Peyton to tell me how many steps I have. 4,155. That's 2 trips to the store, 1 walking, 1 driving. Because, you know, I kept forgetting stuff. I'm not even kidding you. I did. I think what I'm going to do, if I can get these beans soft enough, I'm going to have to go a little longer, I think, is going to pre-spread them on the thingamabob and then set it in there. And I don't really have a sauce, which is kind of odd. So, one, I don't know that I want to drain all the liquid out of there. And, because you need something for the bottom. You know, typically when you make a lasagna, you don't put the first noodles like flat on the bottom. You do a little bit of sauce. So I'm wondering if I'm just going to take a little bit of that liquid and put that down, just so my my tortillas have some room to groove. I don't know how many layers I'm supposed to do. According to this, you use 6 low carbs, so you'd have 12 layers. That seems like a lot. How big is their crock pot, I wonder? Anyway, this is what they had, which kind of worked out good because it really does just take a half to fill up the bottom. So I don't have to make any wonky cuts to make them fit, you know, like you do for regular regular lasagna. Boy. We got boosted, so we did that together. You know, that took a day out of us where we didn't go walking or anything. Nope, I need one more. Well, I almost cut it through the packaging. Yeah, our legs felt like they weighed like 100 pounds, so we decided it wasn't wise to partake of any kind of cardio activity when we weren't quite up to snuff. Alright, I think I'm going to want to put these back in. Okay, you're going to get beans on you anyway, so I'm just going to throw it. I'll do another 40 seconds. And then I think we're pretty good. I'm going to take a little bit of this, I don't know. Oh, you know what I could use? I only used a little bit of the salsa. So, I was supposed to use like half. I actually used a little more than half. And I kind of want to dump some in there, but I'm not gonna. But I do think you need a little layer of something on the bottom. Otherwise, aren't your tortillas gonna kind of get, I don't know, burnt or something? Okay, let me see if I can get that spread around with I use my bean spoon. Every time I think I've got it all set up, I'm not gonna have any problems. I'll get this all, bing bang boom, and it'll be all set. Ha ha ha. It never happens. So you're seeing this real life, people. Alright, so I got it all spread out. I'm going to turn this off because I think we're at a good place. I mean, it's pretty, I don't know, maybe I'll just leave it on until it's time to put this layer in. Maybe I'll do that. Okay. Okay. Alright. Now I'm wondering if I should get up. I'm trapped. How come my cord is so short? It's under the computer. Okay, so I'm gonna frost my tortillas with a very thin. Oh my gosh, it still isn't broken up enough. All right. I didn't think I'd have to cook them all the way for them to work for me. All right. Okay. So, let me talk to you a little bit about how I feel about my rocks. This is pretty thick. Obviously the last couple days haven't been the greatest. Yesterday was the first day I really got back to it after Saturday. Sunday I just spent, I don't know, what was I doing? Oh, Sunday that's when we got boosted. So we just kind of chilled a little bit. And then Monday was the day we felt like poo-poo. And then Tuesday we went to go see Spider-Man. And yesterday I got back to walking. And now I'm losing my mind because I used my bean spoon in the salsa. Okay. I don't know. I think we're ready. I'm going to take a little bit of this. I'm going to slap it. I mean, very little. Like, I want it to just be this super duper thin layer. Hardly existent, Maybe like that. And then I'm going to plop it in there. It's going to stick up on the sides and it's not really going to cover the other side, so I guess I would probably at that point oh, it's so weird because when they talk about the layers they never once mention the tortillas. It says layer half the meat. That doesn't make any sense if I have 6 tortillas. Okay. Alright, we have a dilemma. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to get the meat over here more and cut the tortillas. I gotta have something to put this on. A little confuzzled, to be honest. Supposed to be half the meat, but any lasagna I've ever done, it was like the sauce, I guess, which would be meat, but why? I don't know. Okay, I just started with some salsa on the bottom. I layered with a little of the refried beans. Then I'm gonna take, I don't know, a decent portion of meat, plop it in there, and keep in mind my tortilla doesn't cover, like a little edge over there, but I'm not gonna sit here and cut tortillas for that little wedgy part when I'm going to layer the other one going the other direction. Okay, so I think the refried beans, I feel like, will be like a little protective layer against the meat so it won't like seep through. And then we do, I don't know where she gets her measurements from to use. Oh, you know what? I just realized hers is adapted for the oven and mine isn't. So Maybe the 6 tortillas was for a much longer pan. Yeah. Sometimes I forget where I get the recipes from and I don't write it all down. So that's on me. So we're really not using half. I'm just using, I don't know, half a cup of each thing. Okay? That's the best I can tell you. And then we're gonna frost the next. You know what? I'm gonna do all these. You know the process. So it's a layer of tortilla with refried bean on it. Right? I'm gonna do one more layer and then I'm gonna. Whoa! That one almost fell. Okay. I flipped it around the other way. Okay? And then we're gonna put, I don't know, a good helping of meat. Spread it out. Okay. Okay. I don't know how we're going to use all these tortillas. I don't think we are, to be honest. Okay. All right. And then we're going to do another layer of this. Yeah, there's no way I would have had enough meat for that. And I used enough. Oh, maybe I didn't use enough meat either. Mine wasn't quite 2 pounds of meat, so I think that's the other dilemma. So I'm trying to be very sparing here. Spread it out, you know, like you would any lasagna. I like how it's mixing together and you can smell that it smells just like a taco. It smells amazing, actually. Okay. So we'll just keep going here. I'm alternating sides. The way the tortilla is flipped, I mean. I probably should do 2 per layer, maybe. I mean, I started with 1, but I can always adapt, right? We can switch it up. We can make it right. Okay. Get in there. You ever talk to your food? Okay. So that one goes that way. So this one's going to go this way. And I think I might have to do, I don't know. Let's see what happens if we do 2. All right, so this is the process. I keep wanting to say process for some reason. Feeling very Canadian today, I guess. All right, so let's get to talking about the walk and talk. This is the time of the day when I am, well, not necessarily this time, but the time of the day when it's time for me to go walking is the time that I need to figure some things out. And it is very important, and I know Peyton has a paper to write, but she did get some good vibes on the walk we were on yesterday, was able to, or not yesterday, it was the day before, get some words down on the page that popped up while we were out there. I mean, that's important. That makes your brain think. It makes your brain move. I wrote down on my post last night what 30 minutes of walking does for you. Lowers blood pressure. I can't even think of them all. I wish I would have re-looked at it. Maybe I will while I'm getting this in the slow cooker. All right, guys, you know the drill. I'm doing 2 tortillas per layer because I'm going to run out of layers and I'm going to have plenty of tortillas. So I'm doing 1 going one way and 1 goes so the 2 circles are facing out. There's not enough room for it to go. You get the gist. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause. I'll be back hopefully in a few minutes. See you in a bit. My layers are done as they're going to be. I only used 10 tortillas because I realized I only had about 1.5 pounds of meat and she called for 2 pounds. So what I ended up doing on the top was the 2 halves with some refried beans, and then I took the rest of the salsa that I had and I put that on the top. The other thing I forgot to do, because I'm such a scatterbrain today, is like 2 of my layers don't have cheese. So I said to myself, Peyton! Because that's my inner self. My daughter, Peyton. She's my inner voice telling me, don't worry about it, Mom. Just go from there. So I listened to her. And I said, oh, it'll be healthier because it won't have 5 cups of cheese in it or whatever it was. Because it was a half layer of meat, or 3 cups, I guess. So I'm topping the rest with the cheese. The Nutri cheese. And I'm going to show it to you real quick. I probably overdid it on the top cheese part because, hello, I'm making up for a little bit. So there she is in all her glory, just a big bowl of cheese. Okay, and let's see if I can lift it. All right, whee! Gotta do my spin. All right, we're gonna plop her in there. And I'm actually gonna cook it on low because I don't need it done for like 4 hours. So I think instead of the high, which is a 4-hour process, on my particular crock pot, I'm going to do the second high, which is 6 hours. Maybe. All my stuff is cooked, so I'm really worried about it just getting melted. So I think I'm going to keep it on the lowest setting for a little while, just to keep it processing, that kind of thing, and you know. So I have 2 leftover whole tortillas, and I don't know, not much cheese. So I don't really know how healthy I was about not using too much cheese. Okay, so like I said, come on now, don't be a stickler. I want to talk to you about my walks and talks because they are productive. They are meaningful. They have, like I said, a purpose. And I sent out my post last night listing the benefits of a half an hour walk. Half an hour walk. Which is kind of what I get done with my daughter. Okay. Let me find my post real quick. Shouldn't take but a second. I just want to list some of these things because I think they're pretty important as far as how you view, well, you know, a half-hour walk isn't going to do much, right? Okay. I got back out there. I walked like my life depended on it. Oh, wait, it does. Just 30 minutes every day can increase cardiovascular fitness, strengthen bones, reduce excess body fat, boost muscle power and endurance. It can also reduce your risk of developing conditions such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, and some cancers. And then I went for a second walk with my daughter. What can I say? I'm pushy. And it was a beautiful day. That meant more than the steps. The warmth was awesome, and I felt some solace, positive word of the day, walking in the sun. Talking with Peyton about life lessons, added bonus. I get to hear all about her college life and what amazing connections she's making. Great day. So yeah, that's how I feel about these walks. But when I'm by myself, the walk and talk is a way I talk out loud. I talk as loud as I'm probably talking right now, maybe a little softer, especially if somebody's walking by me. But there is a this sense of giving myself these life lessons, teaching myself that it's okay if you backslide, or if you don't feel well, or if it's just not feasible for the day. And yes, I know I said living by no excuses, and it's still true. I still got out there, and I didn't use, except for maybe being super ill or injury, I think it's kind of a good excuse, and a safe excuse for not going out there and killing myself. But I just feel, to me, that there is some, and I know I use the word solace, there is true solace in realizing that I am figuring this out. By talking out loud, I'm figuring things out. I can't say how profound it is to someone else, but to me, a lot of light bulbs in the last 31 days, well, actually 32 days, counting today, have been a very mind-opening. And you got to be willing to talk about whatever is stressing you the most. And sometimes if you're walking, something will just blurt out. So have the freedom of mind to look at your situation and say it out loud. Be aggressive, be mad, say, you know, this frickin' shit is pissing me off, and I'm just going to face it head on, and I'm going to be better. I'm going to at least feel relief from the stress, if not relief from actually figuring it all out. It takes a lot, and that's what that alone time is really, is saying to yourself, okay, I'm ready to be done with this. I'm ready to just like regurgitate it out. That's all I can really say about the situation. It's like the minute your legs start moving, there's something that happens with your mouth. I know that doesn't make any sense in a lot of people's minds, but for me it was like an epiphany. It was like this satisfaction of knowing that I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. And it's just like you walk through the rest of the day going, wow. You start to think you're crazy sometimes. So it's such a comfort. So that walk and talk can be about anything. It was about my anger at myself for not getting out there and just doing the work, the exercise, or whatever it is. I'm really stuck on trying to get organized. I'm so positive that I can accomplish this, and then I look at my house and I go, not today. So if you guys can come up with something that will, help me out there, I'd be ever so grateful. So you just got to be willing to go there. You got to be willing to at least face it to yourself, because that's all you're doing out there. Is you're taking accountability for your side, and you're realizing that you don't have to explain it to anybody else but yourself, because you're the only one that's angry or sad or mad or glad, or maybe you don't have to explain anything and you're just having a wonderful day. Say it out loud. Say it's a beautiful day out here and I'm so happy I'm here. I'm so relieved that I can be out here enjoying this beautiful day. So, with that being said, I hope that helped you out a little bit. And I want you guys to have a good day. Go do great things. Be your best self. And please live your best blessed life. Thanks for watching. Bye.